So I'm talking about the special IP version for addresses. Right. So number one, we have is the network address or network identification. So we have an address for network identification. So in order to calculate a network address, what we do basically is uh, we uh, we turn the bits in the host portion 0, right? So we have all, if I have all the zeros on host part, this will give me what? This will give me the network address, right? So for example, if I have this address 151.214.5.12, for example, and this is the address of a machine. This is a host address, right? And I want to calculate, and I'm interested in calculating its network address. What I'll do is, by the way, can you identify the class of this address? Yes, it's class B's address. And I know in class B, the first two octets represent the network portion, and the remaining two octets represent the host portion. So what I'm going to do is, I will turn the host portion bits 0, and this will give me what? This will give me the network address. So if I want to calculate the network address, let's say, okay, fine, 151.214, right? So I cannot change it. These are assigned by American Registry for Internal Names and Numbers, and I'll turn all the host portion bits 0. So this is what? This is my network address. Okay. So this is the first special address, IP version 4 address. And how we can calculate network address? Very simple. We can calculate network address by turning all the host portion bits 0. And then we have directed broadcast address. Directed broadcast address, right? So, for example, if I take the same address, this address, and I want to turn it to a broadcast address, so what I'll do is I'll turn all the host portion bits 1, right? So this means now the broadcast address would be 151.214, and if I turn all the bits 1 in this host portion, what its value will be? Yes, you're right, 255. Dot, again the last octet 255, right? So this is what this is the directed broadcast. What's the purpose of the directed broadcast, by the way? This means that it will it will broadcast to uh, all hosts on network. Which network? Yes, 151.214, right? But it's not implemented. The important thing here is it's not implemented. What do you think? Why? So I would like to have you think about it, and we'll be having a discussion with you in our online session. Okay. The third type is the limited. Uh, the third type of special address is limited broadcast. So what happens in limited broadcast is that that a broadcast is received by all the hosts on a local area network and not forwarded beyond LAN. So in this type of broadcast, it's not, a packet is not forwarded forwarded beyond a local area network, a LAN, right? So we won't be able to broadcast this packet to the a packet to all the hosts on the network. But what we'll be doing, we can broadcast it on a segment um, of the network or a local area network. And the other address that we reserve is for and is called this computer. This computer, right? And this address is 0.0.0.0. Okay, so this uh, to be used at startup, to ask for one's own IP address, right? So just like reverse address resolution protocol. Okay, and then we have again another very important address, and we call it loopback address. Loopback address. So this loopback address is 127 dot something dot something dot something, and it is usually this address 127.0.0.1, and this represents basically, or this is named localhost. Okay, and when the packets are sent to localhost or to 127.0.0.1, they traverse down the kernel networking code and back up to the application without traversing the network. And it's very useful for testing network application or network code involving such as client server applications, right? So most of you might have used this localhost 127.0.0.1 address to test your networking applications. So this means when the packets are sent, so packets sent to localhost or 127.0.0.1 traverse down to kernel networking code, and again back up to the network application without traversing the network. Okay, so these are some of the special IPv4 addresses that we have reserved or used for different purposes.